getting beat by everybody. You know, he had his cabinet or whatever, but he had his cabinet, but come on now. JBL was just, he did have one of the most racist moments in SmackDown history at the border.
Oh, it was. Wow, I forgot.
Oh, I did not forget. Wow. I do not like JBL, man. JBL.
Oh, wow. I remember that. Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Let them try to pull that crap on TV.
Oh, it wouldn't work now. It wouldn't work now. Y'all look up JBL Eddie Guerrero at the border scene.
Oh, man.
Man, that was racism at its best.
Ooh. But, I mean, I kind of agree with you. We don't need JBL. It's just another way to bring out Corbin and have the workhorse Dolph Ziggler put him over.
I know. When they said his name, I was like, okay, Dolph gonna put him over because
it's time to put him over. Time for Dolph to do his job.
But again, Corbin don't need that either.
Well,
it's like we know who Corbin is. I can see.
Well, this is the new Corbin. This is the wrestling guy Corbin. The new wrestling guy Corbin. My bad.
This is a joke. Corbin can wrestle better than JBL. So
well, we know that.
You can wrestle way better than JBL. So technically, it's an insult to say that JBL's passing down his name.
Well,
it's an insult for JBL to say he's his coach.
Well,
I mean, from when the APA ended, that's when my love for JBL ended. It was a wrap.
Well,
but
so they show Miz backstage. He's trying to fake an injury and get out of facing Dexter Lumis. It was lame. Yeah. It was lame. Then my ball. Go ahead.
Now I'm about to say Johnny Gargano came in there, and played him, made him jump up off the table, saying, "Oh, there's Dexter Lumis." He jumps up. All of a sudden, he's healed. Yeah, and he's a man. Now he gonna fight. He want to fight now. Yeah, because he been exposed.
Yeah, and then they have a backstage statement of Omos MVP saying they're going to SmackDown to confront Braun Strowman. So I'm pretty sure I guess it's going to be a match at Crown Jewel too.
But if you remember, this past week, he came out.
Well, he's at SmackDown. Yeah, but they said they're going back.
I mean, but they didn't do nothing when they was there before.
Well,
so I guess now they're going.
Well, they said they're going back to confront him.
I guess y'all better get over the rail this time, because last time y'all was talking smack, you was talking smack from the crowd, and y'all just walked away. Yeah. Braun was ready. So I mean, I like MVP and I like Omos and I like Braun. So, if they do this match, I'm going to need both to be able to showcase their strengths, hide the weaknesses, because they both have their weaknesses as big men. We know Braun can move a lot better than Omos. I applaud Omos for actually being able to move, because, you know, he getting on Khali levels when it comes to height, but he can
move.
He can move. But he still got some growth.
We'll see. We'll find out with the Omos versus Braun Strowman matchup. Also, they showed highlights of what happened in SmackDown last week with Bray Wyatt.
Yeah,
he was in the ring. Let's talk about this segment since we didn't get to talk about it on the SmackDown review.
Man, let's talk about how this was the main event and how the anticipation was so high.
Yeah,
and that entrance, bruh, the tribute to Brody Lee. And the opening of the Forbidden Door.
Yeah.
And him coming through and that crowd pop, bro. That crowd was ready.
Amazing.
They was ready for Bray.
Amazing.
And he milked it too.
Yeah.
New theme song. He milked it.
But the surprising part to me was his promo. It wasn't like he wasn't the Fiend. He wasn't this character of Bray Wyatt like with scary innuendos. He wasn't a monster. It was him.
Yeah.
And like the way that his voice cracked and the sadness in his voice, talking about, you know, the people that passed and how he like gave up hope and like just how he gave up on like everything. And then he thanked the fans for bringing him back, motivating him. I watched and I'm like, man, what are we watching? Like, not in a bad way. I'm like, what are we watching? Like,
yeah,
with this promo.
He let you in, more pun intended. He let you in and he made you, you know, feel like y'all was sitting on the couch having a personal conversation. And, you know, I could feel it. I could feel it. I also felt that it was work because at the end of this heartfelt promo, he's interrupted by the mask that he wore in his entrance.
Yeah, and that mask pretty much said you have no idea who you're dealing with, but you will. And that's how the show, and that's how SmackDown ended.
Yeah, and I believe it's gonna be along the lines of, because people keep talking about the Wyatt Six.
Yeah,
the Wyatt Six could either be a stable or it could be his personalities, because we've seen him play split personalities before with the Fiend and as Bray Wyatt. The happy-go-lucky TV host, and then you have the dark, demented, killer.
Yeah.
So if they go along that route, then it's probably going to be another situation of Bray versus Bray. And depending on how they do it, it could be really good. So far, I'm intrigued.
Yeah.
I'm very intrigued. I want to see where they go.
Yeah. So after that segment, after they showed the segment of SmackDown, they go to Cameron Grimes, who run into the OC.
To the moon.
Pretty much, Cameron Grimes is having trouble with a certain tag team, and he needs some help. So he asked them, can y'all come to NXT and help me out? And Gallows pretty much like, for money, yeah, we'll be there. And he said, all right. So I guess tomorrow, on NXT, we're going to see the OC too.
I'm with it. I was more of a Grimes fan probably a couple of years ago, but I don't know if it's just a money thing or whatever. I feel like we got a little bit too many money gimmicks, but it's probably going to be a pretty good match if they do it right. I mean, it's weird for the OC to be hanging out with Grimes, but I guess it is what it is. We'll see how it goes.
So let's talk about this next segment. Dominic beating AJ Styles.
Okay. So for those of you who did not watch, of course, the only reason Dominic scored a W is with the Judgment Day interference.
Mm-hmm.
So he got the cheap win, which, I mean, a W's a W. I get it. But that hurts because it's Dominic Mysterio. You don't want that on your record. You don't want that on your record at all. But, I mean, that's like losing to James Ellsworth or somebody like that.
Because it's stupid because the referee is outside worried about man that's not legal in the match.
Yeah.
And then, he comes in and rolls him. It just...
It hurt me. But
it did. The only thing I can say is it's doing its job of making people hate Dominic more.
Oh, yeah.
It's doing its job.
Because I don't like him. I want to stomp him out on the game. Hey, I don't like Dominic Mysterio. He got a very punchable face. I didn't realize how punchable his face was. I thought Austin Theory had the most punchable face on Raw. Dominic said, hold my beer. Because right now he has the most punch, especially with the mullet and trying to look hard. And,
it just doesn't work.
No, it doesn't.
So, we get into the segment of The Miz getting ready to go out and fight Dexter Lumis. Johnny Gargano comes up and says he knows the real story. Why don't you go ahead and tell everybody? And The Miz is sticking to his story of it's just a demented person stuff. And then we get to Dexter Lumis making his entrance, and before you can get to the ring, The Miz attacks him with multiple chair shots and a grand finale on the entranceway. So we're not seeing the match on Raw.
I have a feeling it's going to be a crown jewel.
Of course it's going to be a crown
jewel. They're going to say that one for crown jewel, and they're going to let it be a thing. And I'm not going to lie, I'm kind of ready for that to come to a head. He's been stalking Miz for a long time. Unless this story that comes out is going to unravel a whole lot more to wrap us in at Crown Jewel, put it to sleep. Or Lumis put Miz to sleep, because I know that's how it's going to go.
Yeah. So, Damage Control is being interviewed by Byron Saxton. I'm so glad that
you don't like Byron? Saxton was worse than a Carlton on commentary. I don't know what to call him.
He's where he needs to be.
Yeah.
That's Triple H. He where he needs to be. They talked about Damage Control talked about getting rid of Alexa Bliss and Asuka, and Bayley said she hopes Raquel and Shotzi are watching because they don't stand a chance against them on SmackDown. So,
see, the other thing about Damage Control is they create a lot of damage for themselves because they beefing with everybody.
Good.
And that's going to be a problem for them because you're going to have bullets flying from every direction.
Good.
What you mean good? That make it bad for them.
Good storyline. Good plots. I like it.
I'm waiting on the NXT folk to come at them, which I believe is going to happen because they can defend those belts on any show, right? And I believe NXT has their own tag belts, but they can defend those belts on any show. So it's possible. I mean, you never know.
So after that, Gargano, so The Miz was backstage and Gargano said, there's a bad move you pulled. So are they going Gargano versus Miz now?
I think
Gargano said he'll blow the whistle on Miz.
I think he's just like there to irritate him right now.
Yeah.
I think it might eventually spawn into something, but you got to put the Lumis side to rest first.
I wonder what Miz did to Lumis because they keep referring that. Now, that's why I want to know. Now I want to know.
If he did something, the only thing I could think of is something with Indy Hartwell on NXT, maybe. Like maybe not like he messed with her or nothing, but maybe he did something to kind of come between them. Because remember, he did go to NXT to be a special guest host, not a special guest host, but he did the Miz TV on NXT for a random segment out of nowhere.
Yeah.
And at that time, Lumis and Indy were still floating around.
Yeah.
So I don't know if they tie that in or if it's going to be one of those, this what happened when we was 7 years old type thing.
I hope not.
Remember that time on the playground?
No.
You pushed me off the monkey bars.
No. Anyway, your boy's back. Elias.
Oh, the Elias.
My boy Ezekiel, man, I don't know where you at, man. Get better.
He ain't going to get better.
Get better, Ezekiel.
As you heard Elias say, his career is abruptly ended.
Man, I know that, but just get better this period.
AKA his beard grew back. So now he can be Elias again.
I don't know what you're talking about. That's his brother. That was his brother.
Do I need Kevin Owens to come sit beside me?
I don't know what you need to do, but you and Kevin Owens are wrong. That was his brother. We seen the picture with him and his dad and his other brother, Elroy. So I don't know what you're talking about. The man has a family.
We saw some bad wigs and makeup work and mustaches.
No, we didn't see nothing. We saw Ezekiel in the hospital bed with the family there.
We saw
Elroy, Ezekiel was there. Elias was there. Everybody was there.
Has anybody seen Marlon Wayans' Sextuplets on Netflix? What you saw was
that was fake because there was a movie.
Yeah.
Elias. Anyway, I'm getting off of that. Anyway, Elias wanted to sing a song that was special to him, and Riddle interrupts.
Of course.
Yeah.
And he brings out his bongos. And
it will be bongos, huh?
And he asks him if he wants to hit his bong. Play on words, ha ha ha.
420, yeah.
Riddle gonna get his high jokes in. It was good to see Elias back. Elias said he had something special for the crowd. You could tell they were kind of warming up to the Walk with Elias thing again because it's been a while.
Yeah.
But you could tell everybody missed him. He starts to play a song, and of course, in fashion, they get interrupted again.
Seth freaking Rollins.
Seth Rollins decides to come out, and here we go.
All right. The match, out of all their matches so far, this was the blah one out of all three.
Okay, I'm finna be honest.
Mm-hmm.
I watched it on speed 3. Mainly, no disrespect, because I like both performances. I like both performers.
Yeah.
But as far as watching this match a third time, because think about it, this is Cena Orton for me at this point.
Yeah.
That is how close these matches have been back to back. One of the complaints during the Vince McMahon era was rematches. Like every Raw, we see the same match. Granted, we haven't been seeing it on Raw, but we just saw this at 2 premium live events.
Yeah. Let me tell you what's been going on with these last matches or whatever. So you have Bobby Lashley versus Seth Rollins, right? Again, remember they fought before.
Yeah.
And he fought again. That match ended that feud and began the new one. So Seth Rollins beat Bobby Lashley, and now Lashley's in the feud with Lesnar.
Mm-hmm.
This matchup right here ended, and I think the new feud with Mustafa Ali and Seth Rollins might start.
I can see that.
So, yes, they're having matches again, like kind of like the grudge match, but the feuds are ending, and they're letting you know it's ending because Mustafa Ali comes out and attacks Rollins.
It needs to stay ended. It needs to stay rear-ended. It needs to be done.
I think it's going to be done.
And
you think Riddle and Elias probably going to have something?
Well, the thing is, we don't know which way they're going to go with Elias. Is he going to go face? Or is he going to, go heel? Because if he goes heel, I'm here for it.
I think he's going heel.
I'm here for Elias versus Riddle.
I think he's going heel.
I'd rather them be competitors than teammates. We don't need Riddle teaming with nobody else.
We don't need nobody hitting their bongo.
No. Bro. Nah, I'm ready for a good rivalry with him.
Yeah.
Again, with like he did with Seth. That was good, heated rivalry. Let Elias get some, some traction, get going, and shoot. Have some good matches, man, because Riddle can go.
Yeah. All right, man, that was Raw. If you enjoyed the show, let us know why you enjoyed the show.
Yeah.
10 stars, 1 being the lowest, 10 being the highest. I give Raw 8 this week.
I have to agree.
8?
I have to agree.
You agree?
I actually agree.
I am happy that
with
you agree.
CL Cool. I agree.
I'm happy you agree.
I agree. There was nothing that really made my eye twitch this week. There's always something somewhere where they lose a point for me. But nothing really made my eye twitch this week. This was a solid show from start to finish.
The only thing that I hate about these storylines coming up is going for Crown Jewel and not Survivor Series.
Yeah. Which means they better be saving the best.
And by the way, after TLC, they're not going to be a pay-per-view until the Royal Rumble because they're doing away with day 1.
I know. You know what? I will go on record as saying I'm glad I was actually at the one and only day 1.
I like it. It's too many premium events. You don't need that many premium events.
No, you don't.
Triple H is more old school. I think he's going to do away with a lot of, and I heard he's bringing like Unforgiven and Vengeance and all that stuff back.
He needs to.
So, I don't know why WWE like having pay-per-view names like Great Balls of Fire and that crap. Just keep it at Unforgiven, Vengeance, Judgment Day. I don't get it.
And that's going to hopefully take the place of Money in the Bank, Hell in a Cell. Like, if you think about
Money in the Bank stand. Money in the Bank stand. It's not going nowhere.
I miss when Money in the Bank was at WrestleMania, or Money in the Bank was just a match that was called upon.
Yeah.
Like,
I think Money in the Bank too big of a spectacle now for you just.
Okay, I can see that.
It's kind of like Elimination Chamber. I don't think it's going to go anywhere because it become more of a spectacle. Elimination Chamber have become more of a spectacle now than just a tired old match. I think Hell in a Cell needs to go.
Yeah, Hell in a Cell needs to be back to
TLC. Needs to go.
It needs to be back to Extreme Rules needs to go.
Stipulation.
Like the one pay-per-view that has all you can have Extreme Rules 364 other nights of the year besides that one night where every match has to be a ladder match, a table match, or whatever type of match, thumbtacks on a pole match. I don't know what you want to call it. Like you can have Extreme Rules the entire year. It don't have to be just one night. Like you could turn somebody to a kendo stick match on Raw.
I think he's gonna do away with those. But
I hope so.
But like Money in the Bank is staying. Like they actually consider it kind of like a big 5 now.
Oh yeah, I'm with it. And get well soon to Papa H, man. He recovering from COVID right now. So get well, Papa H.
All right, man. This your boy CL Cool.
And this your boy TEZZ.
Like, comment, subscribe. I still love pro wrestling. ... I think.
Don't forget the 3 dots.
Don't forget them. We out.
Yep.